We can start with Michelle.
Okay. Hi, Julian. I'm sure you're having a interesting time over there for sure. I wanted to ask a two-part question, if you don't mind. One is just what do you think it'll be like to be on the field with Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, assuming if he can play? I know he's been injured, but if he does come onto the field, to have those two on the field and you be on the field with them as a player, what would that mean? And then as far as your team goes, the defense gave up 4 goals. So the team scored 3 goals, which was an improvement, but gave up 4. I want to know from a defensive standpoint, what do you think you guys did wrong and what do you need to do to improve going forward? Thank you.
Yeah, hey, morning, first of all. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, I think, special to be sharing the field with, such accomplished players. It's been, a good few weeks for me getting acclimated to those guys here as my teammates. And yeah, to now step on the field with obviously Cristiano Ronaldo as well. Like you're saying, if he plays, if not, I have no idea. But yeah, it'll be an exciting time, exciting feeling, and good test for us to prepare for the season. And that's really what I'm trying to focus on is trying to get ready for the season, get our team set up and improve upon things that, like you mentioned, from the past game. So we're trying to, yeah, obviously, still get better. We have a lot of ways to go in terms of before the season kicks off. So we have some good games coming up, and then this was a good test against us, where we got exposed in certain ways, and then that's a good thing. That's what you want to happen in preseason, so that when the season rolls around, that you're up for the challenges and that you're ready to go. So yeah, we'll work on all those details about shifting in the back, covering spaces, track and runners, all those things that isn't just necessarily on the five guys in the back or in this past game, but it also includes us in the midfield and even the guys up front. So yeah, obviously some things to work on, which is pretty normal at this point, since it's still preseason and we got a few weeks left before the season starts.
Next, we'll go to Jose.
Thank you, Michael. Good morning, Julian. Last year, Robert Taylor mentioned that, playing alongside Messi, opened up opportunities for the rest of the team, right? This year, do you think those opportunities are there? What else can you do, especially in the middle of the field, to continue to create opportunities aside of what he does himself, especially through the wings? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I think those opportunities definitely still are there. I mean, the focus is, on him for most of the teams, I think, going forward and the teams that we'll play against. So even in this past game, I think there was opportunities. Even the goal Luis scored, where I make the run through, those opportunities will continue to be there, I think. And it's still about getting to know each other. I'm new to the club. I've, played now 3 games with them and not even full games at that. So it's definitely still new. We're trying to learn each other, and they're trying to figure me out. I'm trying to figure them out. So, it's about continuing to get reps together and developing relationships, developing chemistry, and that doesn't just happen, from one training to the next or one game to the next. It takes a little bit of time, and that's okay. And that's what preseason is for. And we continue to kind of hopefully improve and move in the right direction so that we're ready when the season's here.
Next, Andrea.
Thank you, Michael. Hi, Julian. I wanted to ask you, you're talking about the chemistry and that. What have your conversations been like with Tata? Has he told you that your role is going to be definitely in the midfield, or is that something that you're trying out in this preseason, building that chemistry that you're saying? And what have your conversations been with your other teammates, not just Messi, but on that right side that are with you, like Yerlin? Thank you.
Yeah, conversations have been good. Like I said, I've been trying to really, get to know, especially the teammates around me in whatever role that might be. I think my understanding is that I will, not just play in one specific role all year, which kind of I've done throughout my whole career, so that it'll change based on different things, and if that's our tactical setup or the opponents or whatever. So I'm ready for whatever Tata, thinks is the best way for us to win the game. And that's really what I'm here for. And that's what I'm trying to do as well. And that's what we're all trying to do. And conversations have been good. Like I said, DeAndre and I have a pretty good connection on the right. So we're talking through certain situations. And obviously, now that I've played more midfield, I'm talking a bit more to Busi and obviously Leo as well. So and David as well, and the guys in the back, including Toto and Sergi and those guys. So it's definitely something that some things that happen in games that we've played now that will translate well into us learning and us developing as a team and continuing to grow.
We'll go back to Jose.
Thanks again, Michael. Julian, just because of the rivalry between, Leo and Ronaldo, at least from the outside, it feels like, since this could be the last game between the two of them, teammates kind of have to play for them. I mean, that's the sense that, we really have to win that game for Messi in your case. Do you guys have that conversation at all, about, helping Leo win this matchup?
Not really. I think they're both so accomplished that, they've done so many great things throughout their careers that this one matchup doesn't define either one of them or doesn't put one above the other. In my opinion, it's something that, we are taking this game as another really good test to improve upon, to learn from the things that, didn't go so well, to even, take the things that went well and continue to do those things in the past games. And ultimately it's a great test for us to get ready for the season against a really good team that has a lot of quality in their team and that gets us ready to go. And those games in a lot of ways are not your regular preseason games, like you mentioned, of course, but at the same time they're still preseason games, and that's, I think, the number one priority for us is to get ready for the year and get ready for the season and to continue to improve. And any sort of rivalry game or anything like that, I don't think plays much of a factor, to be honest, for us.
Just a reminder, if you do have a question, to virtually raise your hand on the Zoom, please. We will go back to Michelle for now.
Julian, I wanted to ask, there's a lot of discussion about the Saudi League and MLS are both leagues that are, that have emerged. And I know the MLS has been around a long time, but still both leagues are kind of attracting European players, and players that didn't used to go to those two leagues are now coming to those two leagues. I'm just wondering, after playing against Al Hilal the other day, what's your impression of the Saudi League? What can you tell us? We're watching from afar. What's it like playing against the Saudi League up close? Thank you.
Yeah, they were a quality team with quality players that played really well together. I think I went through their recent games a little bit ago and before the game, and I think they haven't lost in like 29 games or something like that. So they're a good team and they're at the top of the league. Al Nassr is right behind them, so they're a quality side here. So I don't know how well it reflects the whole league in a sense, but from my experience and from what I've now known and gotten to know over the last 90 minutes and from watching a little bit of film already for the new team is for Al Nassr is obviously that it's a good quality teams, and those are tough games for us to be playing at this point, obviously, since it's really early for us. This is now going to be our fourth game of the year, so with a lot of new faces and new players coming obviously from vacation and everything. So it's a really good test and a really good games for us to get ready for the year and be up at a good level right away when the games count early on for us.
Next, we'll go to Kevan, and then we'll go to Fernando.
Thank you very much. I was wondering, Julian, it's your first time in the Middle East, right?
Yeah.
Are you just concentrated on the football, on the soccer? Do you see anything in the way they're processing the game? And are you reading news about the area, or just not keeping that out of the mix?
Yeah, I mean, the main focus is the soccer part, obviously it's a way for me to experience a little bit of a different culture. a different part of the world that I've never been to, which is also exciting. You know, you get to grow and you get to learn a lot of things about the people here and those things. And you know, but I'd be lying if I didn't say that soccer is number one, and we're trying to get ready for the season, and that's been my focus. You know, and you know, but at the same time, to see the growing support and the growing you know, passion for the game of soccer here is something really cool to see. I think, you know, soccer is a game that brings people together, that, you know, brings a lot of joy to a lot of different parts of the world, and you know, to see that kind of come to fruition here is something exciting too.
Have you gotten out to the bazaar or seen anything outside of the training?
No, we've been pretty busy here, and we've just been in the hotel mostly, and to the training field. And obviously, on the way to trainings, we see a little bit of the city and a little bit of what it's like around, but not too much in terms of going to places.
Last question, Fernando.
Thank you, Michael. Good morning, Julian. The other day I saw you with freedom to go to the area when Suarez go to the sides, like number 9. What are your indication of Tata Martino when Inter Miami has the ball? You had the freedom to go to the area.
Yeah, I think it's something that me and Tata spoke about, and in general, we as a team spoke about, that we need to create runners into the box, runners in behind. Whenever Leo, you know, tends to drop, or even Luis, they tend to drop into the midfield or whatever, that we need to have somebody occupying the center backs and really asking questions of their defense as well. And that is something that, you know, if I see the opportunity to run in behind and make those runs out of the midfield, then I'll do that. And I think I gave the freedom. I've been given the freedom to do that, and to create a different type of threat as well, and ultimately led to a goal as well. So, which is nice. And I think on a lot of different moments, our timing was a little bit off. So that's something that, you know, I think will come over time, and that will develop as the games and as the training sessions go on and everything. But that's definitely something that, you know, I'm looking for. If, you know, if we don't have somebody occupying the center backs or occupying the box, and different guys make different movements, that I play off of that, and we create different type of threats. Yeah.
Thank you, Julian, and thank you, everybody.